Hi, hello friends, welcome to the channel. In today's session, we'll be saying non-destructive testing of materials, Unit 4, MCQ session, ultrasonic testing and acoustic emission testing. This is our unit's name. Question number 1. In ultrasonic testing, high frequency sound energy identify surface and subsurface discontinuities. This statement is given. It is asked whether it is true or false. In ultrasonic testing, high frequency sound energy identifies the surface and subsurface discontinuities. Yes, true. We will be using high frequency sound energy and we will be identifying the defects in surface and subsurface. So I am going with option number A, true. Question number 2. Ultrasonic waves has frequency above. Option number A is given as 500 Hz and option number B is given as 0.5 Hz. Option number C is given as 0.2 millihertz and option number D is given as 20,000 Hz. I told you we will be using high frequency sound energy. In this high frequency sound energy is obviously 20,000 Hz and we will be using 20,000 Hz only. If the ultrasonic waves have a frequency about 20,000 Hz. Okay, so I am going with option number D, 20,000 Hz. Question number 3. The most commonly used modes of wave propagation are. The most commonly used modes of wave propagation are longitudinal waves, shear waves, surface waves, lamp waves. These four are the commonly used modes in wave propagation. So I am going with option number E, all the above. Once again I will say there are four commonly used waves. One is longitudinal waves. It goes in longitude. You know what is longitude? And shear along, it is also meaning along the surface only. Surface waves also along surface. There is a slight difference between surface waves and shear waves, but in general both are same only. When shear and surface comes in other places, lamp waves. These four are the commonly used wave propagation. One is longitudinal waves, second one is the shear waves, third one is the surface waves, and the fourth one is our lamp wave. So I am going with option number E, all the above. Question number 4. Attenuation is the combined effect of scattering and absorption. If you are passing a light, first some of the light will be scattered and some of the light will be absorbed. So similarly, if you are passing a wave, some of the waves will be scattered and some of the waves will be absorbed by the material. This process is called as attenuation. So I am going with option number A, true. Question number 5. There is an equation called Snell's law. It is very important law in ultrasonic testing. So I written the formula directly. Just keep this formula in your mind. This formula is given by sin theta by L. VL is equal to constant. But generally we will be using two materials. So two waves. So one is the incident ray wave and another one is the reflective wave. So we will be having two waves. So generally we will write this Snell's law as sin theta 1 by VL1 is equal to sin theta 2 by VL2, where VL1 and VL2 are longitudinal wave velocity, and theta 1 and theta 2 are angles of incident and reflected waves. That is, we saw there are four types of wave. One is longitude wave, other one is a shear wave, then surface wave and lamp wave. The longitude wave we are using here. VL1 and VL2 are longitudinal waves, velocity of longitudinal waves. Okay, question number 6. Signal to noise ratio is a measure of difference of signal at defect from the background signals. Option A is given as true and option B is given as false. Signal to noise ratio. There is a ratio called signal to noise ratio, which is a measure of difference of signal at the detect from the background signals. The signal at the detect. Detect means the object we are going to measure. This detect or discontinuity. The correct word is discontinuity here. Defect or detect. What will be detecting here? We are using ultrasonic waves to find discontinuities or defects on the layers. Okay. Background means that is a normal ultrasonic wave, and if there is any defect, we'll get scattered rays. So in that case, scattered rays, all the rays will be absorbed. Okay, if there is a normal, they will be having scattering. If there is a defect, they will be having an absorption, or vice versa. So there is a temperature difference. There is a different in some signals. Okay, that is called as signal to noise ratio. So I am going with option number A, true. The signals are caused by waves, ultrasonic waves. Okay, some difference is caused, some difference in signals is caused. That is called as signal to noise ratio. The difference causes some ratio. The difference differs in some ratio. That signal ratio is called as signal to noise ratio. Question number 7. Signal to noise ratio is also called as. Option number A is given as S by N ratio. Option number B is given as N by S ratio. And option number C is given as none of these. Signal to noise ratio, the word as it says, single S, 2 means hash, N means capital N. So S by N ratio. So I am going with option number A, S by N ratio. Question number 8. Couplant is a medium introduced in the transducer to reduce the air gap between the surface of the part to be inspected. Consider this as a transducer. We will be going along the this as the instrument. We will be going along the surface, but in the meantime there will be some gap between the transducer and the part. Couplant is a medium. Medium means a material. It is fixed in it is introduced in a transducer just to minimize the gap between the surface and this transducer. Okay, so I'm going with option number 8, true. Couplant is a medium introduced in the transducer to reduce the air gap between the surface of the part to be inspected. Between transducer and the surface of the part to be inspected. So I'm going with option number 8, true. Question number 9. The methods of ultrasonic testing is. There are two types of ultrasonic methods for ultrasonic testing. One is transmission method, other one is pulse echo method. So I am going with option number C, both A and B. A is given as transmission method, B is given as pulse echo method, and C is given as both A and B, and D is given as none of these. So I am going with option number C, both A and B, because we will be using two methods for ultrasonic testing. One is transmission method, other one is pulse echo method. Question number 10. In dash method, two ultrasonic transducers are used. Option number A is transmission method. Option number B is pulse echo method. In transmission method, we will be using two transducers. So I am going with option number A, transmission method. If two ultrasonic transducers are used, then we will be going with transmission method. In dash method, only one transducer is used. Option A is given as transmission, option number B is given as pulse echo method. In pulse echo method, only one transducers are used. So I am going with option number B, pulse echo method. Just keep in mind, in pulse echo method, we will be using 1 and transmission method 2. Just for your memory sake, I am saying you, for transmitting something, you need 2. So just keep in mind, if 2 transduce for in transmission method, we will be having 2 ultrasonic transducers. Just I am saying for memory, to just for easy keeping in memory. Question number 12. The basic components of an ultrasonic equipment are. Option number A is given as pulsar or receiver. Option number B is given as transducer. Option number C is given as couplant. Option number D is given as display. Option number E is given as receiver or amplifier. Option F, all the above. We need a pulsar, then transducers for inspecting, then couplant to reduce the gap between them, then display device for displaying, and an amplifier or a receiver to increase the signals. Okay, so I'm going with option number F, all the above. These are the basic components of ultrasonic equipment, that is pulsar of receiver, then transducer, then couplant, then displaying devices, then amplifier and receiver. These are the basic components of ultrasonic equipment. So I'm going with option number F, all the above. Hope you guys like this video. Please share with your friends so that they will get benefited. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.